Good morning to you. It must be 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because it's time for another Hardison'S Tips. I'm your host, Brandon Hardison. Glad to be with you this morning. We won't keep you long because you're trying to get to work. But what we do for salespeople in the vertical, I don't care if you're key account, major account, up and down the street, in home sales, retail, or automotive, we try to give you some things to think about or some things just to remind you that's out there. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to my guest yesterday. Just like every Wednesday, we do a Hardison's Tip live. So I thank Mr. Jim Webb all the way from Texas being our guest. If you missed out on that, you need to go back and watch that. He gave some pretty good information for sales consultants in the automotive industry and also really for the managers. But for today, we're going to go back to the automotive business because I got an email about lead generations. So, what are we doing with lead generations? How can I get them to assist me? So, here's my thing. Why don't you think about publishing yourself and educational content on your blog? Here's why. People love knowledge. Now, if you ever think about a blog, would you be the answer to the lead generation problem if you did a blog? Probably not, but it's true. Regularly publishing blogs. In other words, every time I am regular, someday, sometime, always posting a blog, it's going to optimize on the online research, the SEO, and it will bring in more leads because you're consistent in what you're doing. Now, this strategy works not only to attract more online traffic, but also to build trust with potential customers. Now, to get started, we have to assign somebody, if it's not you, to write or freelance to do some posts, maybe starting out one or two a week, but make sure the writer knows SEO practices and demonstrates mastery of the English grammar. Developing a publishing calendar. Pick the days you're going to post, and like I said earlier, stick to them. The topics can be anything that you're comfortable with. What we're trying to do is get you out there. Re-engaging with past customers with targeted promotions. Now, where can I get this information? Well, you have your CRM notes about your guest. If you were taking notes, you should always keep regular contact with past customers. Why? Repeat business is one of the best sources to tap into. But maybe they want to trade in their vehicle or have a youngster looking to purchase their first car. But there's only one way to find you. But if you find a way to target specific groups based on demographics, vehicle purchase, family sizes, but you got to take notes and ask those questions to get that information. Then write personalized emails, promotions tailored to their wants or needs. Send out text information such as inventory, service, maintenance tips. Schedule customers based on tasks when you have time to do it. Now, another thing, how about maybe building your own website? If you find a way to think about doing that, if your dealership will allow you to do it, but if you put on a website and build it and it's yours and it is separate really from the dealership, you have the right to really put up your own. But your website, if you think about it, is the digital door to your dealership. It's the main ingredient for successful people to have an online presence. In other words, that's your marketing strategy. This is how you're going to get lead generation kicked off. Now, there's several ways of doing it, but the key thing we're trying to do is optimize every page with SEO keywords. Video content is great for catching attention of a customer. I don't know why salespeople don't do more videos. Interview salespeople, do virtual presentations of vehicles, get customer testimonials, anything that can get out there where people can see you. How about creating your own referral program? People call it different things in different areas, like a bird dog, but your own referral. Let people know that you bring me somebody, here's what I will do for you. Asking customers to spread the word about you and your story tells a lot. Now, where can the customers go to help you with that? Well, one of the places naturally is Facebook, but there's other places you can go. The key thing is getting information out. You need to tell your story. How about picking up the phone? The phone still works. Old school methods are unexpected these days, but you can conquer your fears if you just find a way to just say what you're trying to say. All they're going to do is say yes or no. It's about dials, it's about frequency. Somebody needs something, and you'd be surprised how much business can be drawn by making phone calls every day. Now, here's the last one for this session. Cold calling. Ooh, that's for those people that do major account, key account, up and down the street, in-home sales. I'm not good with cold calling. It's good for you too at the dealership. Just be prepared with some in-depth knowledge of what you're offering and why it's important to the customer. And then use customizable cold call phone scripts and regular monitor their effectiveness with yourself and your manager. Think of every failed attempt as a practice shot. Practice shot. That's what I keep saying. We hate to practice. If we can find a way to do some of these things, you will be tremendous. And moving forward as we end this last quarter of 2020 and go into 2021. So think about it. I don't care what your strength is, just stick to the strength. If it's the videos, great. If it's content, great. But whatever you need to be doing, you need to be telling your story in some type of way each and every day. I mentioned SEO. If you're not familiar with those terms, Google it. If you don't have anybody at the dealership that can help you, there's many people, especially in today's situation, that will be glad to assist you with that. But no matter what, you need to start telling your story now. We're at the last quarter of 2020. In other words, 2021 is right around the corner. And will people still be purchasing vehicles? Yes. Shouldn't they purchase from you? Give them a reason. Separate yourself from the pack. Once again, Brandon Hardison, President of Champion Strategies for Hardison'S Tips, on Thursday, October the 1st of 2020. And as always, in parting, you go out and make it a champion.